Anti-Corruption Agency Ghana Integrity Initiative is questioning the sanctity of the 5-member committee set up by the Parliament to look into the bribery scandal that has hit the House. The Speaker of Parliament today set up a 5-member committee to probe the alleged bribery allegation made against some members of the Appointments Committee.
I will rule that it is fit and proper for such a special committee to be set up accordingly into this matter of public interest.
But the Ghana Integrity Initiative says there could have been a better committee that does not have membership of Parliament to do this job. We'll be speaking to some brains to get what needs to be done on this matter. Also, Minister Designate for Housing, Atachia, has been facing the vetting committee and he's been answering questions regarding the housing deficit of the country. We'll be back on today's big story. Professor Mike Aaron Okwe explained that the committee has become necessary because of the weight of the allegation made by the Boko Central Member of Parliament, Mahama Yariga. Upholding Standing Orders 191, which advises the formation of special committee to investigate any matter of public importance, the Speaker announced the formation of high-powered parliamentary special committee to investigate the matter. Let's take a look at what transpired in Parliament before the special committee was set up.
Parliament has that power to set up a special committee to investigate into a matter that is of public interest. And under that order, I will rule that it is fit and proper for such a special committee to be set up accordingly into this matter of public interest. I will want members of the public to note that this is not like pushing anything under the carpet, but that it is a power of general application. And it may involve MPs, it may involve any other person, body or authority within this republic. In the circumstances, honorable leaders, if you were advised, me having ruled approving of the setting up of such a committee, advice on time frame and membership.
To agree with the application by the minority leader that the matter be sent to a special purpose committee charged with the responsibility of delving into this matter. And Speaker, thereafter, giving us, after establishing the truth or otherwise in the allegation, giving us their own observations and conclusions as to the way forward for the conduct of business in this House. We constitute a 5-member special committee to deal with this. When we have agreed, then we shall propose the names for the membership of the committee. Leadership has had some consultation and we have agreed to have the following
We apologize for the break in audio, but let's get back to business. The committee members approved by the House are Esikado Ketan MP Joe Gate as chairman, of Finso South MP Ben Abdallah Banda, Joabing MP Ama Poma Boateng, Talensi MP Benson Tongo Baba, and Yulo Krobo MP Magnus Kofi Amwate, who are members of the special committee. Joining us on phone and live is Mary Ilana Ada, who is programs manager of the Ghana Integrity Initiative. Good evening to you. Thanks for your time on today's big story.
Good evening, Aisha, and good evening to your cherished viewers.
Right. Legal practitioner Victor Kojoga Dawudu also joins us live from his office in Kokomlimle. Thanks for your time, Lawyer Dawudu.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Good
start
evening,
with
Aisha,
you.
and good evening to your distant viewers.
All right, I'll start with you, Mary Ada. Setting up of a 5-member committee to probe into this damning allegation, at least, should lay to rest public outcry over the integrity of Parliament. Why do you have issues with the composition of this committee?
Thank you, Aisha. The Ghana Integrity Initiative position on this issue is informed by some of the antecedents.
All right, I think we're having problems with our phone lines. Let me get to you, Lawyer Dawudu, quickly to get your views as we try to fix the lines. We know the premise for the setting up of the committee is is Order 191, which I know you have a copy. What does this order say? And what we also know is that the activities of Parliament is a closed book. So what do we know about this Order 191, and how does this all affect the calling of an independent probe into this matter?
Yeah, thank you, Aisha. Let me quickly read Order 191. It's on special or ad hoc committees. The House may at any time by motion appoint special or ad hoc committees to investigate any matter of public importance, to consider any bill that does not come under the jurisdiction of any of the standing or select committees. Now, if you look at what has been formed, the committee, it deals with the power and the functions of committees, which starts from Order 156 to Order 191. Now, the committee that had been formed is a committee of Parliament. Now, if you look, the reasons why people would have issues with the committee of Parliament is that if you look at the chronology of the allegation, when the allegations were made, this went viral, it became a public issue, and Parliament itself made a press release and said that this was a frivolous and a vexatious matter, in that they have an interest in the matter. So even before investigation starts, Parliament itself has already jumped to the conclusion that this matter is vexatious. Now, Parliament also has its integrity, as well as the individual members of Parliament have their integrity to protect. I believe it was out of the public outcry, hue and cry, that they found it necessary for these committees to be established. And I believe every Ghanaian, what they want as to the committee is an independent committee. If it's even a special committee, unless you are saying that it's not a committee of Parliament, then people should, eminent citizens and others who have experience in transparency, in investigation, should be made members of the committee. The third reason is that if you take members, 5-member committee, how do you expect people who are not in leadership to investigate leaders of Parliament? It's just like you are asking a student to investigate his headmaster.
The suggestion of
it's
the
the
public, Mr. Daudu, has been that there should be an independent body, and if possible, the probing must be made public for everybody to see what goes into that probing. Now, is it possible to have such an independent body, I mean, meddling in the affairs of Parliament, knowing very well that the Constitution guarantees that the activities of Parliament is a closed book?
It did not say that it is a closed book. What goes on within Parliament cannot be questioned. Let's say if somebody makes a speech in the course of his duty or contributing to a debate, things that he says, nobody can take him or her to court or any other thing and says that you said something which is defamatory about me or it offends public sensibilities. That is what has been given to them. It does not mean that if Parliament does anything which, if given bribe, is a criminal offense, are we saying that if these are offenses and it is committed within Parliament, then we cannot go into it? No, that is not the intent of the law. It is about the privileges, the immunity that you have as a parliamentarian. That is what it talks about.
Let me speak with Mary Ilana Ada, who is back on the line. She is programs manager at the Ghana Integrity Initiative. Good evening, and thanks for your time once again on today's big story. Earlier, you were trying to explain to us why you have a problem, or you actually have a problem with the 5-member committee that has just been set up by Parliament to probe into this bribery scandal.
Yes, Aisha, exactly the case. We believe that. So sorry that we. Hello.
Yes, you're on air.
You can't hear. So we believe that an independent set up to investigate this issue because in the that have case, the way things have gone, it's giving us cause to believe we had an independent committee made up of people who are credible and also respected with high integrity. This issue that is plaguing Parliament would be put to the rest. If you remember in the past, we have heard allegations of this nature from the former MPP member of Parliament for Esikuma Odobin Brakwa. We also heard in just the recent past Parliament, the majority leader alluding to the fact that there is corruption in Parliament. This is a case where we have parliamentarians coming forward to indicate that they have been bribed or they were induced in a way to see to it that somebody else gets approved. And it's interesting because the perspective from which this is coming from the minority, we haven't heard from their leadership. Maybe also because one of the leadership in the minority is affected in this case because he's cited to be the one who had provided or given out this envelope. It is unfortunate. So we want people who are independent to do this because the issue or the past ways of doing things where they did the things business as usual. If you remember the Back Bay instance, there was this hue and cry about he being taken to the privileges committee to be dealt with. We didn't hear anything come out of that. And so this is an opportunity for Parliament itself. And we think they have missed it because it is right for them to cleanse the House, to uphold the integrity of this House, which is seen so highly. I remember when the judicial scandal, the way they dealt with this part, the way it was done quickly, and the way the recommendations were implemented was what made the difference. And so in this case, as an arm of government, we believe in GRI that they have lost the opportunity. Because these members who have been cited, I know they are all honorable members of Parliament. But would they be able to hold their fellow MPs if these people are found liable? Unless, of course, let's say posterity would be the best judge for us all. And we are praying and hoping that they are able to do a good job. Otherwise, other calls have come up for trying to do an independent investigation, and we will support such a cause as well.
Many thanks to you. Mary Ilana Daah is Programs Manager at the Ghana Integrity Initiative. Many thanks for your time. Back to you, Victor Dawodu. You heard her mention a body like Shraj. What do you think about this suggestion?
Yes, I'd always think that, yes, Shraj has a jurisdiction, they can always investigate the matter. But the image of Parliament and reputation has been battered so much that if you take the immediate cause and the remote causes and the allegations that have been made, I think it is in the interest of the institution itself to be seen that they are doing something for the constituents, people who sent them there, to have that respect, to have that trust repose in Parliament. If this is not done and is not independent, and it is their own committee that goes ahead for their junior members to investigate leadership, I think they will have lost the opportunity. And Ghanaians will not forgive them for this process. So it is time they will have to rethink and look at the committee, independent committee. I think that Parliament has an opportunity. It needs to redeem its image, and it should not be done in the name of consensus, because it is believed that we are always working with consensus. We work together. So this should be an issue. We should work together and protect the image. When something has gone wrong, it will remain a scar on the conscience of Parliament. I think they will have to revisit and look at it.
1 second,
again.
and let's cross over to Parliament, where Minister Designate for Housing, Atachian, has just been vetted. He's being released to go, and you can see the exchange of hands, and he has a lot of supporters backing him there. Okay, so 3 people have been vetted so far. Ignatius Bafuwa, Minister for Employment, and Mr. Amewu, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, took their turn earlier. And the last person to be vetted is Samuel Atachian, who has just been done. We'll bring you more on this in a subsequent bulletin. You would want to stay with us. All right, let me get back to you, Victor Adawudu. Now, the other thing we saw in Parliament today is a request by the chairman of the Privileges Committee, who wanted to sue privately for defamation of character. We also know that there are provisions in the Constitution that states that one cannot be tried twice, and knowing that Parliament has some sort of powers that is equivalent to that of the court, is it possible that after the committee is done with its job, will Otrofo acquit, Otrofo convict come to play here in the event that the committee chairman still wants to make some civil case against the Boko Central MP?
For me, I think it's a cowardice act, in a sense that we should not use the legal, the clock under the being lawsuit, so that when it gets to court, we say, let's stop everything for the court to determine the matter. Listen, this is an issue that has come. One, if you go to court, this is the sitting of a committee, and it is deemed as a sitting of Parliament, and nothing from Parliament will fly in court. You cannot take proceedings, things that has been said in Parliament, and says that I'm going to court. You will fail. I only see it as a clock just to hang it in court and say that the matter is in court, so it should not be gone into. I think if this is done, people will read in between the lines and say it is true, it's been done, something happened, and you just want to take refuge under the law by saying that I'm going to court. I think let the matter be investigated and the truth will come out.
forward to in such a committee, 5-member committee made up of 3 majority members and 2 minority members? What kind of outcome would you be expecting?
Pardon, Aisha, if you can come again.
I'm saying that we now have in place a 5-member committee made up of 3 majority members and 2 minority members. What kind of outcome are you expecting from such a committee?
Anyway, if they would make it available for the public to their hearings, the public will listen to their hearings, then it would re-energize people to have trust and confidence in them. If not that, I believe that they would do something to exonerate the leadership from the allegation. And my fear is that we may sacrifice people who feel that something has gone wrong, and we are bringing it out for our constituents and the populace to know. I believe they might be sacrificed, because where the issues are, I think that they want to protect the integrity of Parliament, which will concern all of them, and sacrifice the few people. But if it is done independently, it's open to the public. Let's listen, and we see the gestures, the demeanor of the people over there, then we can come to a conclusion. But if they sit in the camera and everywhere, and they do their things and give us reports, I think that Ghanaians will not believe it.
Well, many thanks to you, Victor Adaudu. He is a private legal practitioner. We appreciate your time on today's big story. We've been talking about a 5-member committee that has been set up by Parliament to look into the bribery scandal that has hit it in recent times. But the GII still does not believe that the 5-member committee will do a clean job on this matter. We've also heard from lawyer Dawudu, who says that it should be possible to have an independent committee to probe into this matter. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.